Welcome to the 183rd. I did not update that number there. Wrong thing.
We got you
Episode of
caught.
Gorilla Radio. We have some special guests that don't have school tomorrow. See, that's why we have a. That's why we do them on Monday, so they go to bed, right? No, yeah. Someone's over there working on the graphics, since she doesn't like the graphics I do. And we also have Mike. He has joined us. So
live from the region.
Live from the region, yes. Let's see. I gotta make sure. I gotta get our. Oh crap! I gotta get our comments going.
Unless you listen to this tomorrow, then it's not as live.
Yes.
From the region.
I did.
Yeah. So.
Hi, people.
Hi, people. Let's see. She's already embarrassed. So, yeah. Are you guys gonna talk about wrestling, or are you just gonna watch us?
I'm doing stuff.
Oh, she's doing stuff.
Show them the magazines that we got
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yep. Magazines came in yesterday. So somebody wants to show off the magazines. They are going. Some of them went in the mail yesterday, but most will go in probably Friday. Yes. Go ahead.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mallory Winner.
Pretty good.
Jake Hockaday.
Shooting a bow. He likes to hunt.
And then Noah Weaver.
Yep. So all of them came in. So if you got one, check your mail the next coming days. We are shipping. They're going to help ship them. Package up. Yeah. He's got to package them up. Yeah. He already helped a little bit last night. It's torture. Nice. So, and Annabella is a manager for Carol this year. So if you see, so she will be rating referees. So if you're a good referee, you better be nice to her so you can get into IPO. Just as a heads up, if you're any of the referees watching. What? Stop. What? Did you not want to be on this now?
No, you're just like, dude, get away from me, Rocco.
Okay. So anyway, so did you get any texts or emails today, Mike?
I did. I did. There was a good amount, and then actually I got a couple right before we released the rankings, which helped kind of clean some stuff up. And then I got some right after I got about 25 to 30 after the rankings really released. So, just some results from the weekend that, I went to the site and to see if they were posted. They didn't look like they were posted. I didn't see them on track, but kind of slide some people around, which I think we got it updated real quick. And then some new number ones from when the magazine came out, which is it happens. We kind of do some guessing sometimes, and the idea of what people want to do and then what they end up doing is always kind of, and not always the same.
No, it is not. It's always this time of year is always the fun year part where guys are switching weights and you're not getting the results. So not everyone's wrestled, and if they have, a lot of kids are still kind of going down to weight sometimes. So that's one of those things that you have to wait for once the rankings get released, we end up getting more information. So.
Yeah, and I'm not like upset about it. It's not like one of those things. Publicly I'm not gonna say it, but but privately, obviously, we have those conversations. I can't be everywhere at once, and like if I'm not getting those direct messages from some of that stuff, and they're not posting, like if you post the team result, great, but if you're not posting the match result, like I don't know if what happened in those matches. I can guess, or I don't know if it's like, oh man, so and so is at this weight. I can't believe you didn't know that. Like, how would I know that if it's in? And I'm just gonna say, because I know my guy Dustin down there would tell me, like I don't go to Madison duels, so if someone switched weight at Madison, I would have no clue if he didn't post a result, right?
Yeah.
But he's a good guy. He would.
Yeah, no, that's one of those fun things. Trying to get these comments, but especially early in the season too, and guys are getting bumped around. They might not be able to go down to their weights. and dual meets, and yeah, so it's a this time of year right before Thanksgiving is really kind of interesting, and finally you're getting the word of, the guys telling you, hey, I'm going to go down to, I'm going to make 113, and then finally you get the actual word that no, he can't make 113. So
Yeah, you're gonna have. Yeah, you have some wishful thinking.
yes,
You have some guys that want to say they're gonna go back to whatever weight they're gonna go. It's like, you're gonna wrestle 26. You're wrestling 45 all summer.
yeah, yes, that's happened more than once in our lifetime for sure.
It's it, but sometimes that happens though. Sometimes I'll say, this guy's wrestled high all summer. Like, oh yeah, he was just wrestling. He walks around. Yeah, he's gonna wrestle down, and then he ends up being the weight that he said he was going to.
Yeah, yeah, and then what did we have last year? The one guy he had that wrestled like 165 or something at something during the off season. So you put him at like 165, and then they're like, no, he's wrestling 150.
Yeah,
he was just wrestling up.
And the vice versa of that too. Like Wyatt Davis was like a 50 last year. He's wrestling 190. So
yeah,
I mean that's a pretty significant jump. I mean, I maybe they're lifting weights really well over there.
Yeah, the Zebras are lifting weights.
We got Noah Weaver on the magazine.
Yep.
What's your Noah Weaver magazine?
We'll see Weaver next week. He'll be at Ironman. Ironman is next week, which I just got my hotel last night, so I am good to go. So yeah, that'll be. But yeah, next week's really that's what you call the kickoff for the season, because you got the Harvest Classic is kind of that kickoff for the season. So
Up here, yeah, for sure.
yeah,
I mean, there's always that like first weekend some good stuff. They don't plan to do some super duels that were pretty good. Obviously, Ironman. I feel like Ironman's like a week earlier this year.
yeah. Most everything else got shifted back a week this year, and they did not. So
Okay.
that's kind of, I think, talking to Snyder, he was like, yeah, everything got shifted back, and they did not. They stayed on the same weekend, basically, because I think it was like 5th, 6th, or something like that last year.
Yeah, because I think it was the same. Because I think it was Trikoff weekend.
Yes.
So I do like, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna end up going. I'm gonna end up going to Ironman with you guys. And you're like, well, I was like, the only week I can't go is the 7th. It ended up landing perfect. You're like, that's actually the day that the Ironman is.
Yeah.
So I'll be in Iowa.
Yeah, and I sent an email to them about getting press credentials or whatever, and they said there won't be any girls there this year because they couldn't get a waiver because they wrestle Saturday, Sunday. So just as a heads up, why we don't have any girls this year. So that is IHSA pretty positive. That's one of the things they are very stickler on. No competing on Sundays, which you can like it or not. I mean, that's what they do. So yeah, that's the big. I mean, next week's going to be good. I don't know. Maybe we can go next week sometime. We'll have a little bit. I mean, we won't have too much this weekend. First week's anything big this week early on? I mean, the first week of wrestling had some pretty good, decent matches.
Yeah, it did.
Brownsburg got started early, which was new for them. So I'm trying to look and see what happened last week. So
I know that Brownsburg and Warren Central, and I don't think Brownsburg has a lot of football players, but they're doing pretty well, right? So
yeah.
But I think I know they're saying Warren was getting some of their football guys back too. But I mean, Brownsburg's a machine, man. They look really good. They had Kressel bump up and Russell Gunnar Henry, so you had 2 number 1s going at it basically the first night of the season, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's real cool. And Kressel won in overtime, so they wrestled at, I believe, Freestyle State, and I think Gunnar won. So that's a good result there. So
2 D1 guys.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of guys ain't gonna see a D1 guy the entire year, right?
Yeah.
And those guys
are Wyoming and Northern Iowa? I think they're in the same conference. I think they're both in the Big 12. I'm fairly positive they are.
My
Could be ref by Eric McGill.
yeah,
The Big 12.
the Indiana legend,
Yeah.
the house selling legend.
Yes. So yeah, Center Grove wrestled a couple times. I did not do good on my matches of the week because Center Grove shut out. They shut out Columbus North tonight. I saw the result there, and Avon shut out Plainfield. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I saw that Avon score. That was pretty lopsided. I mean, Avon's really good.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they're going to be a really good team. It's unfortunate that I think that they match up with Brownsburg pretty bad.
Yeah, that's one of those teams that if you didn't have two national ranked teams ahead, I mean, they're a team that's going to win state. You're talking about winning state and pretty much a favorite if you don't have two nationally ranked two top 15, top 20 teams.
I mean, dude, you have two stack squads in your was it sectional?
Yeah,
and they're regional.
Yeah, sectional and regional. So
yeah, pretty tough.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous there. So yeah, Brownsburg, top 10 match. Brownsburg and Warren Central. Rochester beat Rensselaer Central.
Rensselaer beat Rochester.
Right? Rensselaer, sorry, yes, 42-30. So,
Capital City and John Hurley.
Yep, Capital City. Westfield won that.
Westfield looks pretty. They're pretty stacked too. They're solid across the board. I know they have some guys in the rankings that are pretty good. Maddox at 106 is right in the mix, and but they're a pretty good squad.
Yeah, so they're pretty solid. And Fisher's over Warren Central at the Hurley. That's a weird one, just mainly because I guess they had like normal scores, but it's round robin, and then it's into like brackets and stuff. So it's kind of funky to kind of score. Is that right? I mean, 7-point difference doesn't really tell you much early in the season.
Sounds like that. They had that Donald Bowie and Chase Yant, where Bowie was winning, and then Yant reversed him and pinned him, right?
Yeah. Yep.
The difference between a champ and a fall.
Yep, that's 4 points. So they win there. It's a 1 point, depending on what Bowie was doing. And then Brownsburg over Hamilton Southeastern, Plainfield, North Posey at the Rick and Roll Invite. Probably one of the best names.
It might be, honestly.
Yeah, I need to submit that. Flo does every so often. They'll do is it a tournament or generated by ChatGPT? And they'll have Rick and Roll Invite, and they're like, no, and then they'll have 2 different choices, which one's the real tournament, and it's so I have to submit that one.
that one, that's a wild one, man.
Yeah. So
yeah, I swear I thought that was I thought someone just put it in as a test.
Yeah, I did too. I had to be like, what? I did not think that was a real event. And so that's basically the last week. This week,
I mean, you had some good duels this week already started, right?
Yeah. You had Warren Central New Pal last night. That was a good one. Warren Central won that, I believe. That should and then let's see who else. I was at Homestead New Haven. Pretty good duel. 2 teams are going. I mean, the Carroll sectional and regional is going to be pretty tough this year. Pretty deep. That's going to be pretty good to watch. Let's see who else. Snyder over Belmont last night. So that
sounds like it was a pretty good duel.
Yeah.
Came down to the last match, right?
Yep. Man, no one's put their results in. Did I not have the results in here? I thought someone usually posts those results.
Crown Point Porters last night too in the region. Got Cesar Salas debut for the Bulldogs. Got a big win at 215 over Everett McClellan.
Yeah. So he bumped. I assume he bumped up there, and it sounds like if you didn't see the rankings, there have been they're making a little bit of change at at Crown Point in the upper weights, so that should be interesting.
Portage had a bunch of guys out. I mean, I haven't talked to those guys and asked them, but like, looks like they didn't have 26, 32, 38. I mean, Crown Point's pretty good there, but I just thought that was an interesting thing.
Did they? I mean, they've wrestled. They wrestled.
Yeah, they're at Rockville this past weekend. They had some good matches there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had some. Didn't they wrestle? Who'd they wrestle? That was pretty solid. I saw.
I mean, you had Mike Taylor over Weaver.
Yeah.
At 57. You had Braden Volts over. Can't think of it. At 26. Cameron Woods.
Yeah. Yeah, they wrestled Eastern Hancock, Greenfield Central, North White, and Rossville. So some good matches there for them. Yeah, one over New Pal, 57-15.
Anthony Popey, the Lucas kid, #1 at heavyweight, 2-time Tennessee champ, and a third placer?
Yes, I believe.
Pretty good athlete, gonna play football in college.
Yeah, that should be heavyweight's kind of a wide open weight class. We were talking about that before, and after some years of having some names that have been around for a while, it's kind of a wide open, especially when you lose a #1 to eligibility issues.
So semifinalist.
Yeah.
You know, you lose a semifinalist. It's tough.
Yeah, so that should be interesting to see how they, how that shakes out. I think that's going to be an interesting one if you look at it, like who's going to hit up to kind of, will we see any of those guys hit up during the season? Evans, I don't know if he would even, he would wrestle the Jay County kid. He won't see Coolman. That might be you could see Apple this weekend. Just kind of trying to figure out what their schedule is. And maybe Glessing. Those guys. Heavyweights are sometimes kind of hard to hit each other. Simborski and Forrester will likely wrestle. Simborski, Hillman Conley, Hazlett will all be at Al Smith. Machende will be there. Juris, Kaufman.
We'll have an idea who the #1 is after Al Smith, right?
Yes. Also, pretty much at any weight class. Let's see how many. Will there be less than 3 top 5 guys from any weight class at the Al Smith? Let's see. Right now, oh no, Northridge isn't in there. 215. We won't have any top 5, top 7, top 8.
As of right now, today.
As of number 9, 10, 13, 15. So that's going to be that's pretty bad when you're looking at that's your weakest weight class right there.
Yeah.
Lauren, oh man, no top 5s at, and basically probably no top 6s since Vinny Freeman, he doesn't wrestle over the holidays.
He has a pretty good gig.
Yeah. Oh boy, top 4 at 75. 1, 3, 4 at 165. Nice picture of Staples. 1, 2, 4 at 57. 1, 4 2, 4 and 2, 4, 7 at 50. 1
and 9. Center Grove's still there, right?
What?
Center Grove's still there also, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
50. What am I missing? Yeah.
I mean, Breedlove and then Stitch was pretty close over too.
Yeah. Where do you have Stitz at? Oh, Stitz is at. Yeah, we have him at 7. Man, that's gonna be tough. Yeah. 44 1. 1 8 8 9 11 1 Some of them aren't as deep. 1-8.
138, 1, 8,
Yeah.
10.
Then you have 2-3-7, 2-3-7-9
9.
at 32. 2-4-5 at 26. So yeah, Al Smith's gonna be decent. Let's say. Oh, Vinny might be there. We'll see. That'd be good. He
Are
wrestled
they
his first
saying
Al
that Notre
Smith.
Dame's going to get bounced?
Yeah.
Notre Dame's going to get bounced early by IU in the playoff, and then it's supposed
Oh,
to
jeez. If IU bounces Notre Dame, Vinny won't be in school. He'll be. That has to be the worst. Like, I mean, obviously, that they were calling for his dad's head at after losing to Northern Illinois. Can you imagine? I mean, you're like, man, that at any time he could, get offered maybe a Ohio State job or something like that, or get fired if he has a bad game and just be.
Yeah, I heard he's getting some pro looks.
Yeah, yeah.
Bowie over Vandergriff. That's Vandergriff. That's a good match. That's a good win for Bowie.
Yeah.
Bowie. No,
Bowie.
Bowie. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, somebody wants more screen time.
Then,
So, yeah. Okay.
like rankings wise, I mean, we had a couple new number ones, right?
Yeah, we had quite a few new number ones. First girl ever.
Girl number one ever.
Yes. Campo made 6. She wrestled 6 last night. I know last year it sounded like it was a little bit of a struggle, and she looked a little bit thinner and kind of a little bit. I mean, it didn't look like it affected her. Obviously, weigh-ins and they had JV and then a girls' varsity duel after that, so there was plenty of time between matches. But she looked good. If the weight's under control and she doesn't have to worry about weight, that's gonna be fun to watch. And there's some good young guys behind her, but I mean, obviously she's the only one with a medal, so that makes it a pretty easy choice right there.
Oh yeah, when I thought she was at 13, I mean, she's still in the mix, but being at 6, like, it's gonna. I mean, as long as you said like the weight. I mean, that's anybody. That's not just her, but across the board,
Yeah.
like anyone that's in that weight. But that that's a good spot. Heard Gavin Ash made 106 tonight, so
that'll be
return state qualifier 113.
That'll be. So where do you have him at 13? He is. Yeah,
He was
10
10 at 13.
10th. So that'll help. That'll put him pretty high up there. 6 is always just a fun. It's an interesting weight class, especially when you have a couple older guys and girls there that have the experience. And then you have the young studs. Connor Maddox is really good.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to see him.
Case Bridge is really good.
Yeah, Westfield will be at Al Smith, so that'd be good for him. Wonder who will Campo hit up throughout the season.
They had Center Grove. It's like one of those things. Like, it sucks when you have it, but I mean, their depth's so good. They had a really good wrestle off. And number one went down on a wrestle off, which doesn't happen a lot. But I think they're gonna have it again. They're gonna run it back, and I mean, they have 2 guys that are that talented in the room, and the same weight is difficult.
Yeah. I mean, they had that at heavyweight last year too.
Yeah.
One ended up winning state, and one was JV.
I don't think anyone's feeling bad for them.
Yeah. Yes. Right. But if you want to send a card to Coach Swain, his address is
1171 Shakeland Ave, Greenwood.
Yeah. So that shakes up your rankings more than anything is when the guy loses a wrestle off.
Yeah, both those guys are really talented, and I think the lineup over there probably be not settled. I don't think, but you can move up, or that might still be the win. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. It's tough when you're that good in the room. I mean, Browns. We talked about it before with Tommy Gibb when he was a backup, and I mean, Crown Point is head medalist. They have a medalist on on a backup right now. They had a medalist backup last year. So those top teams that are pretty loaded, like you're going to have some guys maybe pulling a little bit more weight to be in the lineup, and you're going to have some really good guys not be able to make the lineup.
Yeah. So, yeah, the other one we had 144 Carter Fielding.
Yeah, and I seen somebody ask on the page like, how does that happen? And um, Carter had a really good IHPO. I mean, he's coming back with a medal. He's a medalist 2 years ago. Lost Friday night, and him and Sessa both, right? He beat Sessa as a freshman.
Yes.
Lost him as a sophomore. Had a really good IHPO. In the same weight as Gibbs. He was runner up. Tommy was fourth. The kid that Carter beat in the semis beat Tommy for third and fourth. So, kind of a tough decision, but I think it was the right decision. Especially, right now you have, Clinton Shepard. I think is pretty well knowledge now. He's gonna have knee surgery, or he had knee surgery. He's gonna be out for the year.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a wide open weight class till some guys hit up. And
I mean, and prayers to the dude. Shepard's a good kid, man. You feel terrible for him. Yeah. Injuries happen. We talked about with Drew Alden's out, maybe out for the year. But you like to see people end their season or careers on injuries.
Yeah, thankfully, Shepard's only a sophomore. He does have. I mean, I was talking to Dave Doster about it a little bit last night, and it's like, he's a sophomore. If he was going for 4, maybe you try to patch it up and, walk out there on one leg. That's not going to be an easy weight class with 2. I mean, Fielding and Gibbs were both Fargo All-Americans last year. That's not going to be an easy task. But at the same time, I mean, you probably are more likely to try to hold that off. But he also probably wants to make a cadet world team and things like that. And he has a Fargo title, so he's pretty well good recruiting wise, and Indiana State title's not gonna do much for him, as far as recruiting wise and things like that. I mean,
and I think he has, bigger aspirations. I know we talked about it before, similar like Nick Lee, where, I mean, I'm sure Nick cherishes his Indiana high school state title, but I think his NCAA title is probably a little higher on his list.
He won more NCAA titles than he won Indiana State titles. Think about that.
Yeah. And I can see a kid like, Clinton Shepard doing something similar to that. But I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously you're on a nationally ranked team. I know like there's been talk in the past of other guys that have been in pretty good programs leaving and possibly doing like the RTC and the gray shirt. I mean, we had a couple of kids graduate that were kid in the rankings graduated mid-year this year. Yeah. Another kid that was on the watch list, a semi-state ranked kid, graduated mid-year just to go to the military. So it's not even to compete for a world title. It's just compete to protect our country.
Yeah. Little bigger things to worry about there. But, yeah, no, that's a pretty good thing. The other, Arbery at 57.
Yeah, and I think he went out and – I mean, he was – everyone told me he was really big over the summer. I thought like 57 would be a good spot for him. I think he's really good. Obviously, his results show that, but he had a huge win over Silas Foster.
Yeah, he has four significant wins already. Mason Day and Silas Foster. Those are 2 pretty good wins to start the year off.
Yeah, not bad. So he jumped Staples. That group's gonna be pretty good. The top of that weight's pretty solid. I think a lot of those guys are pretty good and they can make a run. Yeah. Griffin Van Titchell coming down. Him and Christian Arbery could be a really exciting match. Those guys like to go upper body. Both pretty big, strong athletes. Yeah. So that might be one of those, 15 to 20 Al Smith final type matches. Yeah. With Staples in the mix.
Yeah. No, this year we were talking about this pre-show, and it's going to be interesting seeing scores and trying to translate how close those matches really were. And I'm sure you're going to get the emails like I'm looking at the Silas Foster 11-2 match, and I know the professor would never say, "Oh, it was closer than that. We were really, it was a real close match, But you're going to have people say, and there are going to be matches where, that could have easily been a 5-2 match, and you give up a takedown to your back, and that's 6 points. Now it's 11-2, you know, where Silas was trying to get a takedown late and end up getting put to his back for, 3-3. So even if he was up 5-2 and then he gets 8-2, sounds pretty bad, but really you're in position to tie the match at least, but give up a takedown late, type of stuff. So it's gonna be very interesting. Matches can get out of hand real quick, and
what were they saying on the? I seen Chris Vargo put you can catch a kid and get 7 now. What were they saying on the significant wins that he got caught in that old move? He got caught in some stuff. A wrist and a half.
Yeah, yes, the old wrist and a half. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I didn't see the match. I just thought that was funny that someone went there with that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing how. The points can get kind of crazy, and you can get some pretty high scoring matches pretty quick. I think it's good. I think it kind of encourages more action, and I like. And it's gonna be interesting to see some of these scores. 'Cause, I was watching. I was at the New Haven duel, and like, man, that match did not seem like it. It wouldn't have been a major. Watching a couple matches like that wouldn't have been a major last year. And now it's a 13-point match, and that kid almost got teched, So it's going to be interesting seeing some of the matches, and there might be a little bit some scores that are, a little bit more lopsided than you would have thought, and it's probably because they're very close to what kind of the 10-0 freestyle matches where they get caught, get a leg lace and get teched in 30 seconds. Like, well, you teched him in 30 seconds. Well, yeah, he got him in one move. So,
yeah, did that happen to me one time?
Noah Sumner of the Great. Yeah, that's good. Martinsville has a real good team. I'm pretty positive they're at Team State this year, if I'm not mistaken.
They man, my first. This is a true story. So I never wrestled freestyle before when I lived in Illinois. So I came to Indiana. I was an 8th grader. I was like a first-year cadet, and we go to like the Lake Station freestyle tournament or something. And they had the old like line bracket, and some of the Calumet guys were there, and I had this dude Rene Hernandez. I'm like, oh man, that dude's not even good, man. Just smoke him. I'm like, yeah, okay. And I had never even wrestled freestyle. It was terrible, and he took me down with like a low single, laced me across, and I went back to the middle and got my stance. He like tapped me on my shoulder, like, nah, it's over. That was my introduction to like Indiana like wrestling. I think he was like a semi-state champ that year or something.
Nice. Yeah, I wrestled.
Go ahead.
I had the same pretty similar thing. I was wrestling Casey Stauffer, who was a 3rd placer, maybe 2nd placer from Southwood. Got in high crotch, he just crotch left me, and match is over. I'm like, well, I was in good position. I was in my high crotch. Yeah.
So the second match that day, because they cross bracket with like loser goes to a winner.
Yeah.
I had Alex Ramos, so I donated my money that day for about probably like. Man, if I was on the mat for a minute, it would have been. It's a gracious. I probably wasn't on there for 45 seconds. My dad was probably so upset.
Oh yeah, those are the old line bracketing where it's
and I had no clue.
I have no clue why they.
I'd have known.
I had no clue. I have no clue. Whoever came up with that needs to be taken to a stake and. That is the worst way to ever do a bracket. And it's like,
you can get those guys out of there quick. If you ain't gonna win, go home early, right?
Yeah. So
we say that like when we go to these big softball tournaments, Sundays like single elimination bracket. I said, man, if we're gonna suck, I'd rather be done early so I can go home like at least relax on a Sunday.
Yeah. Yes. I gotta write notes on that if we're gonna.
Yeah, man. They're like, oh, there ain't no 2 games. I'm like, nah, man, if we're bad, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
We got a long drive ahead of us.
No need to just make it worse and lose 2 games.
Yeah. Double disappointment.
Yeah. So
we didn't 26.
Yeah. We'll talk about 26 here in a second. We'll go back to 26. So 65, 75, 90, 215. No changes there. Gunner did take a loss, but he's not going to drop.
Nah, we don't. If you take a loss like that, ones and ones, man, that we want good matches. We promote that.
Yeah. And then the old Crown Point, Lucas Zimborski, going to be eating some TV dinners from his grandma. She makes the best TV dinners. She's going to kill me. But yeah, he's going to go heavyweight now, sounds like. Crown Point, as we said earlier, heavyweight's kind of a wide open weight class. And yeah, right. Caleb Evans, I did promote that there were 5 number ones at Homestead in New Haven last night. That was true at the time.
Yeah. I mean, even when the graphic came out today, it was true.
Yes. I changed it, and I didn't re-download it because I was like, oh, I got to change that one because I had it kind of preloaded already. Because I was like, last night I was like, the number ones aren't going to change, and then they did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't like, obviously, if you guys don't know, behind the scenes, Joe has to double check the rankings like 5 times.
Yes.
Because like sometimes I'll have 2 9s or, not enough guys in a weight. So I say, hey man, look this over before we send it out.
Yeah. And
they're still wrong.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes.
And I'll be told how they're still wrong.
45 emails later, they are still wrong.
They'll get closer.
Yeah, no, it's early in the season, and people are shifting weights. We're trying to figure out everyone's weights, and all of a sudden now, it's amazing if you put a kid at the wrong weight, how quickly you get that email.
Dude, sometimes I like to do that on purpose. Like put a kid in there that's like, pull a kid that hasn't wrestled out of the lineup. You'll get a story real quick.
Yes.
Oh, we're a couple weeks in. That kid hasn't wrestled. I'm gonna pull him out, and then they're gonna tell me, "Oh, he's injured. He's coming back." Like, oh, okay, that would have been easier if you told me before.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, won't be the first time he did it, nor will be the last. That's what. If you put in the wrong result, it's amazing how quick that gets it gets corrected, and people start telling you what's really going on.
It was for about 4 hours today, Jason.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. About 4 hours. They didn't have a number one. It's been a while. So yes. So yeah, that's so we want to talk one. Vargo wants us to talk 126, and
we can jump to 26 and then come back.
Yeah.
We don't got Joe Clark in here, pushing us to do heavyweight. We can go 26.
Yeah. Rio, Gendris, Ty Henderson. That's 3 guys that have been under the lights, and I just know I'm just glad that the state finals is not in Evansville right now. I don't think the modern day people like us because of our power rankings, which you can see that below. That is something people the most controversial post
we hit on this. I'm gonna give you guys a heads up, man. And I don't know if you know this, but we don't get a ton of modern day information. So when they start wrestling, I'm sure the rankings will change. But right now, it's a guess and check for me.
Yes.
And they don't even complain when it's not right. So we don't get an upset ranking. They don't really get upset when they don't get the right ranking. And sometimes I don't even know if they have IndianaMat down there, but they do. When we went to the state finals, they liked it.
Coach Gable listens to us. He probably has. They probably don't let IndianaMat. They probably have it filtered, except for like him, since he's like the mayor.
I might be in the minority, but I liked it in Evansville. But also, me and Dustin were up there drinking on the suite deck. So
yeah, no, I liked Evansville. I did. I like that area that we were at. Did get to see, got to meet John Goldsberry, and the Heritage Hills Patriots are in the state finals this weekend. So
man, Jet's killing, man.
Yeah, yes, he is.
I think he killed in track. I think he's killing. He's a pretty good wrestler, freshman, sophomore state champ, and now he's killing it in football.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting because some people I work with are Lures people. One may or may not coach there, so it was like very interesting. I was like talking to him and like, yeah, Goldsberry's pretty good. He's like, yeah. I go, yeah, he's a wrestler. Like, what? Quarterback is a wrestler? That doesn't happen very much.
He didn't go to the Gerst house. You didn't get the Eric. You didn't get the authentic German food. It's decent. I've been there. Yeah. I had a pig knuckle there or something. It was pretty good.
No, we had a good time. I liked Evansville. I like the closeness of everything. I will like Indy, a little bit shorter drive. So
I do like Indy also.
yeah, and then like next year, I mean, the thing is, everyone got down the night before, so we had an extra night to hang out, and we got to do a show and everything. So we're gonna have to figure that out this year. If we get
Yeah, I like to do another show. I really like that.
yeah. So back to 126.
Yeah, so I mean that was a tough one at number one. I mean, I think either of those guys could have been one. I just went with the one that was the runner-up last, and then with Rio, I mean he's only had his losses the last couple of years only to Dickman. I mean Gendris is tough. He was one most of the year last year. I mean Henderson's tough. I mean obviously he was a runner-up in the weight that Gendris was in.
Yeah.
Matt Maldonado's a semifinalist. I don't know if he's. I think Don Brown's kind of had his number, but I mean Matthew also got a medal. Jensen Boyd, obviously a returning runner-up or fourth placer.
Yeah.
Not a runner. We don't care about those flow rankings.
Flow rankings are really bad, high school wise. I'll be honest, they're really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think those guys used to ask for our opinion. I don't think they ask as much as they did.
No, Rockfin does, or Matt Scouts, I guess.
I mean, we can. I mean, I don't think Rio's ever beat LaRocca. I mean, they probably didn't wrestle; they were different weights.
Yeah.
But I bet they grabbed each other up in that contenders room.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, Rio has some Fargo medals. His only in-state losses are to Dickman. And
Yeah, he was pretty good. I had to like say that because I ranked him too as a freshman, but he's pretty good.
You're contractually obligated to say that now.
His mom might jump in these comments and say he's just okay. Nah, he's pretty decent. He's getting some pretty good D1 looks. I think Rio is also so, and I know Gendris is going to IU. The new Crown Point pipeline, man. I feel like they got a bunch of Crown Point guys.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they're and IU's doing pretty well right now. So yeah, Monado, Don Brown, and Jensen Boyd.
Isaac Campbell was in the mix last year at 6, and then kind of had some struggles with the weight. Braden Voles has had a great year. Seth Aubin's really good. Cameron Woods. So I mean, Landon Haynes has a medal. Brandon Daniels has a medal. Josh Kite's a freshman, sophomore champ. Patrick Doty unranked beat Richard Rogers. I know I was getting some slack for having Richard Rogers that low.
Yeah, and Dowdy beat him.
Dowdy's really good.
Why did that say that? That's weird. Yeah. So and Dowdy lost to Ash, I guess, yesterday.
Huh.
That's interesting.
I like that they put that result in. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Ash is pretty good. He's also pretty solid. We talked about 6. Are we gonna go every weight?
What'd you say?
Are we going to every weight?
No, I mean we can do whatever.
I mean, we haven't really had too much mix at the top of 13. Case Bell, Peyton Shutley. I mean, if anyone, I think would say like they wanted to argue Peyton Shutley's returning champ. He's 2.
Yeah.
Noel Verusco, pretty good freshman also. Reyes, Kate Jackson. Lincoln Parks with a good win over Lucas Manning. I was surprised. I thought Lincoln Parsons was going to be really high.
Yeah. That's going to be, where you at, 32?
20, we didn't touch 20. Dickman, Lewis.
Yeah.
Bollinger. Bollinger loves wrestling Dickman, huh? Those guys have been in the same weight every year.
Yeah. Yes. No,
Place Malone, Ash, Jet McGuire.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of medals there too.
Yeah, Brady Harper, I guess, is going back down to 13. That he's going to be. I mean,
that's what I heard. I mean, I moved it there, but I think I'm gonna make sure we see it. Did they say it in the comments that he's going to 13?
No, well, because you had him at 20 already, but moved him back.
I moved him back to 20. I heard a rumor he's going to 13, but sometimes you want to see him down. It might be a later in the season move though.
Yeah.
It might be to see how he does at 20, and then be in the mix at 13.
Yeah. And then you got quite a few guys sprinkled on with state experience as you go down. Levi John's been to state a couple times. He's up to 120, so pretty good weight there.
A lot of medals in there.
Yeah, 26 has a ton of medals too. That's ridiculous. I mean, crazy.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised all those guys are staying that weight with Jake. So I think we might see Jake a little bit later this year.
Yep. Be interesting kind of seeing how that works out. 32 is going to be. It'll be interesting to see where these guys hit. I mean, Goss and Hawkins will hit up at Al Smith, and then Team State, you'll see all top three guys.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Goss is going 32. I thought he would go 38. Goss had a good win over Gendris at Super 32 too. So is Goss in the national rankings for Flo?
I do not believe so.
That's kind of,
yeah.
I guess it doesn't work like that. Hunter Douglas, I think I messed that up. I got a couple emails about that. I guess he beat Chase Yant this summer.
Then, he's up to 132. You got Lane Horn, Yant, Brody. Lost a close one to Boyd this weekend. So pretty good, pretty nice to see some confirmation of some of these weights and some of the results. Be able to start moving guys around. Vargo, he's back. His dad's a jerk. I mean,
he's keeping us on our toes today for sure.
Yes. No, Vargo he's going to be an interesting one to see how he. I mean, we know that he can wrestle with anyone in the state. Injury last year at regional. Unfortunately, glad to see he was back. He was back a lot quicker than kind of what it sounded like he would be back. So hopefully,
32 at East Chicago is gonna be nasty. There's a couple weights at East Chicago that are. I'm gonna have those probably Friday. Those semi-state rankings updated, but 32 is one of those weights. It's like, bro, man, spread that out, man. We need to spread that out. We're starting to do the 4 weight, and everyone's going the same weight.
Yeah, you guys don't talk. Yeah, because you're gonna have Horn and Vargo will be at the same regional. The loser could draw into Hawkins.
Yeah.
And then you have Kiros, who's pretty good. So and Kiros will be in the same regional as Hawkins.
Yeah.
So Kiros could get into the same. I mean, the loser of Hawkins and him could draw into the winner of Horn and Vargo. So, and Aisha Zaire is already playing that.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. 38's pretty stacked too. I think on the board they kind of Evan Stanley's pretty good. We talked about it last show. Coming from Illinois, IPO champ, tons of ISWA titles. I mean, it's not like he's an Illinois kid coming into the state untested in Indiana. And then people are like, how do you got to rank him over a runner-up in Schaefer and a champ that only has 1 loss in his career? I was like, well, he beat that champ the last time they wrestled. And he's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I could see this weight kind of thinning a little bit as the season goes, honestly. I think this is a pretty stacked weight also. I'm interested to see, when you got a lot of guys that have been under the lights in the same weight or in the semifinals in the same weight, sometimes those guys tend to find different routes to the state finals.
Yes. Yeah. And someone like Thrine he plays football and stuff, and so he might be saying, I might as well just go up 44 because I weigh 150, and he's pretty well built anyway. So I mean, guys like that can easily get up a little bit higher. Jackson Bradley, he's been big since he looks huge, and I know his dad was like a 74, I think, in college. So I mean, that he could put the weight on pretty quick.
That was one I think someone told me they think he's going to go 44. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can hurt all week and you don't worry about weight, or you can eat and worry about getting better. I mean, it's kind of the give and take, right?
Yeah. So I mean, that's a lot of medals sitting right there. I mean, number 11 Thornton. I assume he must have gotten beaten by Hornsby, so he had the ranking right. so, um, so yeah, that's you got Bo Jackson he knows wrestling. we got 4 years of making those Bo Jackson jokes.
I know, man.
Yeah, so he had a good win. He's pretty solid freshman. Indian Creek has some good young guys, so
Yeah, they do.
going to be interesting seeing those guys, coming up through the ranks. They go to Jeffersonville now. They used to go to Mooresville, so I guess they have an easier path to semi-state. Might not be an easier path to state.
Man, yeah, that semi-state's tough.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. That Mooresville regional is pretty solid. I know we talked about that, and I'm getting a lot of flack in the region of how I love Indy, and if you talk to the Indy people, how I love the region.
Yes. It's amazing how you're always biased to whatever area people don't like.
Oh yeah. Now I'm always biased to wherever I'm not at.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, any other weights we want to talk about?
I mean, 50 still the same. That's a stacked top part of that. If we talk to 57, 65 is stacked. Brant Beck at 65 is pretty good. Costello, Beck, Rowdy Bush. I seen someone say they're going to put Rowdy Bush number 1. He had an awesome summer, man.
Yeah.
Costello had a really good Super 32. Paulette is a runner-up. Kincaid's ultra talented.
Turning runner-up. Usually at those weight classes, that runner-up is pretty much a easy, slot in at number 1. But now you're putting down at 4. I mean, they did wrestle. He did wrestle a lot of these guys and stuff. So it's not he had some results with them. So that's just crazy. Usually that's you're slotting him at number 1. But yeah, that's gonna be a tough weight class. That's gonna be a fun weight class.
He's a good kid too, man. I really like him.
Yeah, 3 of those guys in the same semi-state. So,
yeah, and Palat and Costello are the same regional.
Ooh,
so,
ooh, yep.
Yeah,
I just say, taking notes again.
75. That's a really good top 2. Kressel, Reinhardt. Kressel obviously won state last year. Reinhardt got hurt, lost in the semis, got hurt in the 3rd and 4th place match. Reinhardt beat him at Al Smith. I'm sure that's going to be a pretty fun rematch.
Oh yeah.
2 D1 guys there. Reinhardt going to Northwestern. Kressel to Northern Iowa. The Northwestern of Iowa, I heard.
Northwestern of Iowa, yes. And you got Julian Weems, who you can't. You don't want to count him out because he will cradle you and end the match pretty quickly, and he's ultra talented. And Kyle Harden. Man, that's a really good weight class that you're going to see. Yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting to see how that shakes out there. Because if you overlook Weems or Harden, they'll beat you. And both well coached and both really good wrestlers.
Yeah, 90 Gunner still won. Farnell, Michael White coming up from 75, beat Cabe Stevens. I think that's a pretty good move for him. I mean, again, you don't have to suffer to go to 75. It's a pretty stacked weight. You're going to be in the mix at 190. Obviously, Gunner's really good.
Yeah.
But,
yeah,
I mean, I like it. And you sent me that. I think we both agreed that was a pretty good move for him.
Yeah. I even told Avon, it's like, that's a pretty solid move there. I mean, it's kind of weird because we 2 years ago that we had an 80, you had a 170, 182, 197. So you didn't see that. And not now, those guys that are 180, 85 are like, do I cut the 10 pounds or do I just stay here at 190? And so I think you're going to see a lot more of those guys kind of just stay up at 190 because what's the point of cutting into a Kressel and Reinhardt, Weems and Harden? There's.
Yeah.
I mean, Harden's probably a D1 guy, football or wrestling. Weems probably. I mean, I'm sure he'll get some D1 looks once people remember who he is. He might be he's going to be under the radar because he was out last year, but probably a good snag for a coach that kind of can do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
So
I mean, medalist as a freshman. He's only a junior. He'll have 2 shots at it.
yeah, he's a
Uh,
he sophomore year medalist.
he lost sophomore year. His sophomore year was injured, right?
No, sophomore freshman year was the injury. Sophomore
Uh,
year, he plays fifth, 2023.
okay.
So yeah, so 90, like you said. That should be. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Kendricks is that's one we haven't talked about. Wrestled 215, 220. He's going to be at 190. Cesar Salas had a real good win. He's a really good freshman there at number 9. So that should be, as you said, Wyatt Davis from.
Ate up, man. Got hungry.
Yeah, he was a qualifier at 113.
That's a pretty significant jump.
What? I wonder if that might be if he qualifies for state. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Like, who's the biggest jump?
Yeah,
Man, that has to be up there. I mean, Sammy went 6 to 60. That's bigger than that.
yeah. I'm gonna look that up.
That'd be interesting.
Yes, because Sammy's one's up there too. Biggest jump from qualifier. I'm writing that down. I will find that out tonight.
Then 215, still Noah Weaver, man. Got some significant wins this weekend. Looked like he killed a couple falls. Do you think he wrestled Tristan Lanham twice and pinned him in 148 and 147? I think it's a double result.
Probably a double result.
And then McCullen, Brewer, Hankey, Bartowski, Bartowski, I don't know, Terry, Wetzel. So that's a good weight also. So pretty solid. I know we just gave away all of our Silverback membership if you know early rankings, but if you watch the show, sometimes you get a treat.
Yep, sometimes you get good information. So yeah, Hornsby beat Long. Oh, Hornsby beat Long by tech fall. Jeez. Stitz beat Asher Ratliff by tech fall.
Wow.
Ash over Dowdy, 14-3. Yeah, some good matches. I don't know if has anyone noticed any changes on the individual results page?
Bartozik.
Bartozik.
Thank you. I'm guessing she knows how to say it pretty well.
She's probably said it a few times in her life.
Yeah. Trey, what was his name? Trey. For Indian Creek, he was a champ.
Oh, shoot. What's Trey?
What was that? 05, 06?
Yeah. No, it was
06.
10 or 11. Trey Reese.
Trey Reese. That's a pretty good jump. 6 to 215.
Yeah. Let's see. Where was what was he at? Was he at 6?
I know he was at 215.
He qualified. I think he started. Yeah, he went from 60 to 215. He might have been smaller. I'm talking who qualified at the lowest. The two highest. Biggest difference between qualifying for state. Wonder. So that'd have been 2008.
Said Ethan Rayleigh won it for IC that year at 106.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting question.
Yes. I am going to find out, though. I will find it. I will find that out tonight.
Brett Smith said, do I get a free Silverback subscription if my hair keeps getting more silver? If you let us cut a gorilla in it.
Yes. Only if you get a gorilla tattoo.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be our new thing. Let's get with someone in Indy, and let's do IndianaMat tattoos, and you'll get a free Silverback subscription.
Yes, you get a. Hey, you know what? Watkins traded Rocco a baseball card for a couple years of Silverback membership.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna find what weight Reese wrestled as a freshman. I'm sure. I think Reese was pretty small, so I'm not. So that'd been 2008. No,
Eric said lifetime.
lifetime. Yes,
I think that's how Joe got his.
yes, yes. Sectionals.
The power pull. I seen that's always like one of those controversial things, and it's not just this time. It's always right.
Yes, yes.
That's a good Facebook post from Kim. She
Yeah.
shared the Gorilla Radio and said live from our dining room.
Nice.
Sure. I'm at the dining room table. I make everyone in the house get quiet.
Yeah, we had to kick Rocco out of here. So yeah,
Don't talk.
Yeah, the power pole. I only do it because I know it brings people comment constantly, and
Yeah, Mike Reiser tattoo the face. Man, if they can take a couple pounds off my chin for sure.
we can do your caricature one.
I think I have to redo the caricature one, man. I feel like it's looking a little chubby. I don't feel like my face is. I'm not happy, but like not as like pug looking in the face. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. They. Yeah. The power pole. No one looks at the power pole until after we're done with the rankings, and no one ranks based on the power pole, right?
Yep. I'm gonna tell you, I never think of the power pole when I do the rankings ever.
Yeah.
There's never a time I'm like, ooh man, I bet if I move Center Grove here, and I'm just looking at it right now, that they're gonna be in the mix here. I never think of that ever. Yeah. So like when it comes out, I'm as surprised as everyone else.
Yeah. And the modern day people are not happy right now. They are 11th by 1 point over Tell City. Like, we've never lost to Tell City. Well, you probably haven't. This isn't dual strength. Someone said like New Haven beat somebody. Does that move them up? Or New Haven beat no, duels don't mean anything with this.
Yeah. But I don't think people know that because that's always the like complaint, right?
Yes.
It's like we never did this, and it's like, yeah, but I think that we're not saying that. This is just off the points that we're giving, and then we'll even give the breakdown of points.
Yes.
And they still.
Yeah. Franklin beat Delta in a duel this last week. Where's Franklin? They are. If you want me to tell you, they're pretty far down there because they don't have because Delta has some horses.
Yeah, and number ones are going to give you a higher total. We're not saying that you're bad. That's not what we're saying. I understand that. Some people feel like that. If we don't give the proper praise, we're saying they're not good. That's not what we're saying at all.
Yes.
And hey, man, and maybe they'll win state. But right now with the rankings, and if I'm sure when Modern Day wrestles and I see their lineup, there's going to be some surprises for me, and they're going to be guys in weights that are probably more closer to what their lineup is than what I'm thinking it is. And that'd be great.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to be right up there. They'll probably be, they'll probably be in like that in the mix.
Yeah. And the bad thing is it's based on the rankings, so that we don't determine the semifinalists or like how things line up at state. So like at 132 or 138, Stanley and Thrine could easily be on the same side, and Reynolds and Schaefer could have a clear path to the finals and make the finals, and things like that. Or they could all be on the same side, and Schaefer finishes third. So, or I guess 126 is more like it because Henderson's third. But yeah, he could be on the same side as Gendris, or he could maybe not be, and make the finals and make So that's just one of those things that it's based on if these rankings would predict the exact order of state finals, that's how they would finish. And if you can do that, Mike, if you can predict the exact 1 through 8 for the state finals, I want lottery ticket numbers.
I think you guys are going to do a Fort Wayne one, the Bushy Prairie Power Pole rankings.
Yes.
I think they got one down south right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's like one of those things. Like obviously, I get this email a lot, and I'm not saying it's the wrong email but But how long have I been doing the rankings? Eric did it originally, and then I've been doing it a good amount of time. Really,
Yes, yes, a very good amount of time.
at least. And how many weeks are in the season? You think?
How many? Man, you're asking lots of questions today.
12, 12 weeks, 16 weeks.
Mm.
It's October to February. Let's just say in that window. I will consistently every week get this email from somebody, and it's never the same person. They'll go on this long rant about like how I'm wrong and how I'm wronging their kid and like what I do and like how I'm not helping them get promoted and like that I didn't see them in the room killing this kid this summer. And you're right. I don't go to club practice. You're 100% right on that. You've never seen me at Contenders. Not that I don't want to go there, but I in the summer I'm busy. And at the very end of this, they'll always close it the same way. And I know Joe sees the emails, and I know Joe can see the instant messages. They always close it with, not that rankings mean anything. Just so you know. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He took all that time to write it. And it's not like a bad written thing. So it's not like you misspelled anything. You have the proper punctuation. So you took all this time just to tell me that the rankings don't mean anything to you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. And how many times have we seen the in practice room stuff? This practice room stuff. I mean, how many times have you seen guys that he's beating him in the practice room, and then you see him out in the actual matches, and then it's like, no, he might beat him in the practice room, but this guy, when the lights are on, he's a lot better.
You've never even been in the practice room. This guy kills him, bro. I see him getting killed every day. I'm like, okay, he wins the matches.
Yeah.
It's not, man, and people are like, because it's a popular. I love that comment too on Twitter. It's a popularity contest. Look at Jake said, what's up, man?
What's up, Mr. Jake? Check your mail Saturday, I believe, is when that says it should be there. You have a tracking number. Your data should have tracking numbers.
Yeah, so I love that one. That's always my favorite.
Yeah.
The practice room, or the like random, man. I used to say that all the time about like New Way. And dude, I'm not trashing New Way, man. Hey, man, do your thing. Do what you do. Yeah. But people be like, did you see the New Way result from Gymtown? I'm like, nah, I didn't. If it's on Flow Arena, I don't look at that either.
Yeah, yes.
Unless you like take a screenshot from Flow Arena and then decipher it for me, I'm not going to go search Flow Arena for a result.
Yes. No, don't. That's hard. Track has made it so much easier. And I'm kind of scared because they are creating a new hybrid, and I hope they keep the track profile. I mean, there's so much data in there, I can't even imagine transferring it over. Because I've thought about redesigning IndianaMat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff there. It's easier just to put band-aids on all this stuff than to create a new website. If you want to go,
I think our website's good, man.
Yeah.
Well, you did it.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, people are always like, how did you do that? And then I just start talking about code and all this stuff, but I don't really.
Yeah, I use a little C++, maybe some PHP.
Right. I did it from a GoDaddy account. So I like to mess with them sometimes.
Uh-oh. What did Dustin just say? Oh. I think that's a reply to the 15 messages or 15
was he getting
results. Someone was very proud of a win.
What's the Madison one? We didn't even talk about Madison beating Southwestern. Isn't that the battle for the paddle? Is that what that one is?
Yes, they have like they have a ginormous paddle statue. I'm like, where do you keep that thing? He's not even watching. We got to ask him. Where do you guys like? They must not even take it because they kind of. But that's kind of the last time I lost it. Don't ask Dustin when that happened. Because Southwestern had a pretty good team for a few years. Had some pretty good kids, and Dustin was the head coach at Madison at that time. So he's still a little bit. Don't bring that up with him. Let's see if he's watching, because we'll get some text real quick.
The battle, it's like Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
And Gordon Bombay walks into his 12-year-old hockey arena, and his coach walks up and there's like 1 second place banner. He's like, I wish they'd just take that one down. Dude's a lawyer. And obviously back in the day in the 90s, we used to get DUIs, and then our punishment was coaching bad hockey teams. Now you just go to jail. Now you get your face in the NWI Times. Back then, you get to coach bad hockey teams. I've never really played hockey, but man, do you think that the Mighty Ducks got better under Gordon Bombay, or did he poach like a really good player that just scored all their points?
That's a good question. Oh, shoot. I'm trying to see if there's
If
pictures.
anyone in the comments has ever got a DUI and had to go do community service by coaching wrestling, let us know. It's a feel-good
Nice.
story.
Let's see if there's a picture. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Let me add this to the. This is the paddle that they win.
Is it like a paddle like from Dazed and Confused? Did they do that at Garrett? Like when you were in 8th grade, all the seniors drove around in their pickup trucks and gave people the paddle?
No.
It's a pretty good paddle.
That's a
It's like-
ginormous paddle. Why
is that though?
They must take a boat between the schools. I don't know.
Is there a boat between the schools?
It might be a river. That thing's huge. Like
AJ, I remember that night, AJ. I remember that night.
Man, he must be doing a lot of community service. He hasn't stopped coaching for a while.
I know.
Jeez.
That was the night that Isaiah won a state title. I remember that night. Barely. We got sidetracked. We're talking about Mighty Ducks and Dazed and Confused. That's I wrote on my notes. I'm like, how am I going to work this in?
Yeah, yes. Random references of how to work some random things in. Is there like a drinking game of like you tell someone that they have to start drinking when I mention Mighty Ducks or something?
Man, no. I always tell them if they want to do the IndianaMat drinking game, it's like if they say there's a website for that, you got to like take a shot. It's anytime like I go off. I don't know. I had told them before, and people were just dying of alcohol poisoning, so we stopped.
We got to do a bingo card. Say, going off topic. That's like the free space.
How many times my computer freezes?
Yes. when glitches, when we have audio issues. Yeah.
We'll put something together for the holidays, guys.
Yes.
Well, it'll be for when you guys are at the Al Smith and everyone's there, and I'm gonna be there. I talked to Steve. I'm gonna be on the mic again.
Oh,
so
nice.
pretty excited. I was in a meeting, and Steve texted me. I said 100%.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yeah, we'll be there. So yeah. So we went from power pole controversy to Mighty Ducks.
So, and to that too, do you feel like in Mighty Ducks #2, Gordon Bombay took this trash team, right? And then made them just a little bit better. They won their league. Like, think about this. Like, they just won their town ball tournament. They didn't go nationally.
Yeah.
They basically won their town ball tournament. And then they asked him to be Team USA, and his stipulation is, I'm going to take these bad players that I coached up, and I don't want the best players in the country. I just want my 6 really bad players and 6 really good players.
Nice.
Still working out that DUI.
Yes. Hey, man, you got to stick with that.
And then that real mean Iceland hockey coach, I don't know why they didn't use Russia. Remember they hockey sticked him in the knee when they were playing? Man. The 90s, right?
Yes. Good movies. Great movies.
All right. What was the next thing on the list? My screen cuts off.
Oh, ranking the sides.
This is what everyone really tuned in for.
Yes.
Tuned in for.
So.
Let me go to my handy dandy notebook here.
We're gonna get somebody. Someone has woken up from her slumber over
I
here.
was not sleeping. I was working on myself.
Yeah. So let me.
I think there is a Mighty Ducks 3. They go to prep school. They all get scholarships, but Gordon Bombay only comes in for a cameo.
Okay, let me see see if I can put these on there. Whoa.
Yeah, my brother's right, dude. He went from being a lawyer, getting a DUI, coaching a bad hockey team, to getting a pro contract. Sounds like a White Sox, bro.
And not, that's pretty, pretty, yeah. Let's see. Let's make that bold.
My brother making a cameo, the youth rankings guy. So when you get upset, make sure you email him,
Yes.
not me. I don't do any of the youth rankings.
There we go. You've been doing rankings since 2012, by the way, or 2011,
So
12. Yeah.
There's a lot of people tell me they don't care about rankings after giving me a page worth of why I messed their ranking up.
Yeah. Okay. So how are we gonna rank these? Let me put that over there.
Man,
So, mashed potatoes. Do you have gravy or no?
I do gravy. I like gravy. OC doesn't eat gravy.
Yes.
She doesn't like any kind of condiments. Do you do like a packet of gravy, or do you like do the gravy from the pan drippings?
Um,
You can say it, man.
probably
I'm not
more the
judging.
packet or the bottle. Mainly because
Do
it's
you get it
easier.
out of the jar? Is it good? I seen it at the store and I was like, I couldn't do it.
It's gravy.
Okay.
It's gravy. It's not gonna. I mean, the homemade stuff is a lot better, but at the same time, slaving over gravy is not really that big of a deal. Stuffing number one. No.
What,
Not
man? Do you call it stuffing or do you call it dressing? Like, what is
Stuffing.
the other thing? What other people? I call it stuffing too, but other people call it something else.
They'll call it dressing. Yeah, okay, the real question: sweet potatoes, yes or no? You put marshmallows, pecans, or your yams?
I'm gonna tell you, I never had them as a kid, but as I got older, I seen all these other families eating them with marshmallows on top. I like it with marshmallows. I've never had it with pecans. So I like marshmallows on there, but
Okay.
I also like a baked sweet potato too.
Yeah. Oh, I love sweet potato. Anything. Obviously, no pecan. I'm not pecans. So
But I'm gonna have stuffing over sweet potatoes. I might mashed potatoes is one, right? Like it's not even mashed potatoes is like the Jesse Mendez of this list.
Man, I like sweet potatoes better, but I'm not
The
gonna.
mashed potatoes?
Yes.
Where did you grow up in Russia?
I just like sweet potatoes better. You mean you got the marshmallows on them?
Yes.
You got confirmation. 2 out of 3 say sweet potatoes.
Man. Maybe you just got. Do you use the flake mashed potatoes? Maybe that's it.
No,
Or
we
do you
actually will mash real potatoes. I mean, I like them. They're not. I mean, I'm not gonna ever say no to some good mashed potatoes. Yeah. So, I mean, I mean, they're 1-2 in my mind, especially with some good gravy.
Yeah, we could say 1A, 1. Okay, man. Okay, man. Do you eat peas with your dinner?
No, I thought I just put
Okay.
them in there because I didn't know if you. I mean, I would say no to peas. I'm
No.
not a pea person. That's how.
Uh,
What about cranberry sauce?
nah, I don't like that like log of cranberry that comes out of a can.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a no on that.
Green bean casserole. I like green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Um,
I like a solid green bean casserole. You can't go wrong there.
No.
I think that's like I think dude, someone told me that's a white thing, like the green bean casserole is a white person thing, and I never heard that before, but maybe.
Someone looking over
I
my
would
shoulder.
never know.
Well, I gotta be in on this.
Mashed sweet
Mashed
potatoes.
sweet potatoes,
Ew.
pretty good.
Yeah.
What's that?
I
Peas
like
and like-
anything with sweet potatoes. I have sweet potato fries, sweet potato anything. No pecans, marshmallows. So no pecans.
Muffins or biscuits.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean you gotta have a nice bread. I like the brown and serves though, man. I'm an easy person. Like I'm just doing straight brown and serves.
oh yeah. The Hawaiian ones. The Hawaiian breads are always good.
Mix it with some gravy in there. I like that.
Yeah. Corn or corn casserole.
Man, I only recently got on the corn casserole, but I like it.
Yeah.
Again, that wasn't something I had as a kid, but I like corn casserole.
I wouldn't really consider it like big time
The White Castle stuffing, bro. You don't even know. You don't even know about the White Castle stuffing.
Long John's.
Go get you a box of a crave case and chop it up and put it in your bird.
Oh, jeez. Great case.
Then if you want to really have a good Thanksgiving from like the other side of the tracks, you go get you some White Castles, chop it up, put it in your bird. That's what's up.
That's straight ghetto.
Man, I know. Let us get through this list and we'll talk about how to order your Long John Silver's. I'll teach all of you guys about how to get extra crumbs.
There's only like 5 Long John Silver's still functional. And
if you guys are coming to Carnahan, there's a really good Long John Silver's in Crown Point. I took me there one time. I do like Long John Silver's. It's in my soul. I can't help it. But like I took Noemi there, and it was after like a game, and she was wearing like molded cleats. She's like, "Dad, why do the floors feel like this?"
Because that's 45 years of grease.
Oh yeah.
Just Thanksgiving sides. Glazed carrots, I can't put that on there. I like anything cooked carrots, but definitely, it's not gonna make my top there. Cornbread.
No, it's not gonna make my top 5, but I like it.
Yeah.
Man, I like Sharks too, man. These boys don't know, man. You go to Sharks, get you some lemon pepper. It's different.
I always want to get.
These guys aren't going to track off like that.
Next time I'm in the region, I need to go to Sharks. Brussels sprouts, they're about the same place as peas.
I like Brussels sprouts.
Oh.
I do. If you go to, and when you guys want to go to Carnahan, go to Bombers. They have really good barbecue. They have like smoked Brussels sprouts. They're really good.
I mean, I make my, and I don't, like, I have mac and cheese and scalloped potatoes. I really don't consider them really Thanksgiving.
Ooh, I like mac and cheese at my Thanksgiving. But not like Kraft. I don't mean. No. I'm talking like baked mac and cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not sure about. I mean, because that's not really like Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna turn down some good mac and cheese, and I get scalloped potatoes. I ate those way too much growing up, so I like.
Bro, it sounds like you guys are going to Waynedale. Get you some Long John Silver's.
Oh, great! In Fort Wayne, if you make bad wrestling predictions, people make threats against you. So it's pretty rough around here.
Dude, hey, mac and cheese is on the menu all the time. Like, all right, what's your top 5?
My top 5, I'm gonna go. Sweet potatoes are my favorite, and I'm just kind of going more Thanksgiving-esque that you're not gonna get.
What do you think now? What's number 1?
Mashed potatoes, stuffing, green bean casserole, and then muffins, biscuit, cornbread. I think those all kind of go in the same. Cornbread's really not, but the muffins or biscuits are. That's pretty much my top 5. I mean, everything else I like good mac and cheese, but that's not like something you get basically on Thanksgiving.
Mashed potatoes, top shelf.
Okay.
Like you might as well just cancel Thanksgiving if we don't have mashed potatoes and Christmas.
Yes.
And a lot of other things. So that's number 1 for me. That's the top shelf right there. Second, I'm going mac and cheese. A good mac and cheese, right up there. Like a good thick mac and cheese. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with. I think right there I'll go with green bean casserole as my 3.
Okay.
Sweet potatoes 4, and stuffing 5. But I like stuffing, but I like it at Thanksgiving. I couldn't. All the other stuff I can see myself eating like on a daily basis. But man,
so you had mashed potatoes 1. What was your 2?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Sleeper pick.
Yeah, that's a pretty one. 3 was
green bean casserole 3. Sweet potatoes 4.
Who eats potato salad?
What did I say was my 5? Stuffing. Dressing.
Yeah, you gotta have stuffing in your.
I like potato salad in the summers.
Yeah,
But my mom does make a good potato salad.
Oh yeah,
Do you put raisins in your
I like a
potato
good
salad?
potato salad. I mean, if it's out there on Thanksgiving, I'm probably gonna take a couple scoops. I'm not gonna say I don't, but I don't really consider that a Thanksgiving. I don't know, Thanksgiving's a weird. It's a weird holiday because I think it was Ben Askren that said it the one time on FRL. Was like, if Thanksgiving food was so good, why is there no restaurant that just serves Thanksgiving food all year round?
It's called your house.
I mean, they serve parts of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you can go get you some turkey and mashed potatoes.
But who?
You're probably not finding a restaurant that's giving you green bean casserole.
Yeah. Or stuff.
We didn't pick you or I didn't pick any vegetables on there, huh?
No.
Green bean casserole, vegetable mix, and potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then are we gonna do? We're not doing like top 5 desserts. Are we gonna do 3 desserts?
Oh yeah, we want to do desserts. I forgot. Yeah, I mean, you can talk about desserts. I tried putting desserts on there, but I didn't really know. Other than like pumpkin pie and maybe like an apple pie or pecan pie, there's really not.
Pumpkin pie top shelf for me too.
Yeah, anything pumpkin, pumpkin rolls, pumpkin cheesecake.
Okay.
Sweet
Bread
potatoes
pudding.
with marshmallows, because
I like apple pie too.
Yeah, I'm not an apple person.
No.
No.
Like you don't eat apples ever?
No.
That's interesting. Why? Are you allergic?
No, I just never liked the texture of them.
Texture of apples. I don't like the texture of milk.
The texture of milk?
I hate milk. Like the thought of drinking milk makes me sick.
That's very interesting. I never yeah.
I haven't had a glass of milk probably since I was like 11.
Oh wow.
Like I would eat cereal with milk and I would dump the milk out and I would get in trouble and I would just take that whooping because I hated milk that bad.
It's made you the man you are now.
But I like ice cream. I like yogurt. I like all the other stuff. But milk, man, the smell and texture of milk. Ugh.
We have a dairy that has some like flavored milk that is like they have a cookies and cream milk. Really?
Does it come right out of the cow like that?
Yeah. They just feed the cow a lot of cookies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Someone doesn't believe me behind me.
Oh. Maybe because I took a field trip there in like kindergarten.
And you did milk the
No, I
cookie.
didn't, actually, I did not want to do.
Ooh, Kim's family makes tamales after Thanksgiving. We keep them for Christmas.
Ooh, yes.
But dude, Eric brings fire tamales. When they were coming out to East Chicago, he'd bring tamales. Kill it, man.
Yes. Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with tamales. That's a Mexican holiday. So yeah. So now the question is obviously anything pumpkin.
Yeah.
I mean, but turkey, is it overrated or underrated?
Ooh. I like turkey. But you have to have a good turkey. Like if you have a bad turkey, like if it's a dry turkey, like then man, I feel bad for you. But I like a good turkey. I think I do a pretty good turkey. If you guys didn't start your brine, make sure you get your brine going. Yeah. You absorb that water, get that juice in there. But I think turkey's really good. But I don't eat turkey for Christmas either, though.
Yeah, I like good turkey, but if it's bad, it's like really bad.
Oh man,
like good smoked or fried turkey. Yes, I'll take that all day. It's one of those things. It's like, I guess the biggest thing is you make it at home, especially depending on how many people come over and stuff, and then you have like turkey, whatever, for like 2 weeks later.
Sometimes I like to put turkey and all the leftovers on a sandwich.
Nice.
Do you mix all your stuff up or do you eat individually?
Individually. I gotta.
Same. I have to like eat like one thing and then move on to the next.
Yes. Yeah. I don't eat them. I'll pick at each of them, but I don't. I mean, and they can touch. I allow my stuff to touch.
Some people like to do like the KFC bowl with it, just mix it all up.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna say, what do you eat? Do you eat turkey for Christmas too?
Not usually. We're not even having turkey tomorrow, So,
What are you having tomorrow?
sliders, cheeseburger sliders.
Dude, I just told you. No, you're lying. Stop.
Yes, yes. We didn't want to
Dude,
make
you
a turkey because
gotta
it was
get a
like,
stuffing out of it. Chop it up, stuff it in there.
yeah,
Tony's in here. I seen Tony do it before. My brother.
yeah. We aren't. It's just us, so it's like, if we get too much turkey, we are. I'm gonna be the only one that eating leftovers for the next 2 weeks of turkey, and so then that's enough for like a year for me. So,
Man, because obviously, like, we have a pretty small family. And I'm going to do the cookie. Dude, I thought I got this awesome deal on a turkey. I came home. I was so excited. I was like, dude, I got this small turkey. Check it out. It was just a turkey breast. I had to go buy another turkey. So if anyone in Lowell wants a turkey breast, they can have it. I'm not going to eat it right now.
you're good. Stop doing that.
What do you eat for Christmas? A ham?
Yeah, ham.
Slide.
Yeah. So.
Dude, I started doing prime rib. One of my buddies is a butcher. He gave me a pretty good deal. It's a game changer, man.
My grandma always used to make prime rib. Oh, that's so good. That was really good. Mashed potatoes and gravy and all that good stuff. Christmas. That was good.
No sweet potato. I didn't hear sweet potatoes hit that list.
No sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes aren't. Yeah, but yeah, sweet potatoes should be at every holiday.
Man, I think Travis is right. But man, I'm telling you, like, you have a greater appreciation. And this speaks to everyone in the chat, right? You have a greater appreciation for Thanksgiving after wrestling because, man, like when you're like cutting weight and you're like watching everyone else enjoy their life.
Yes.
It's like that's like the worst.
Like
yes. I don't know why we picked. I mean, obviously it's a winter sport and it's during like two of the best eating holidays. But man.
Yeah, exactly. I think it should be prohibited that coaches have tournaments on the Friday or Saturday after Thanksgiving.
At least give them like a 7-pound allowance.
Yes, there should be a minimum 7 pound. I remember my sophomore year, I was cutting a little bit of weight, and we went to regional and football too. So I didn't have that much time, and I didn't make weight. We had a super duel conference, fairly good conference duels right after Thanksgiving. And I didn't make weight. And the only time in high school I didn't make weight. And then I started making weight. But it was like, dude, you expect someone to make weight like in 2 weeks and right after Thanksgiving, you're killing them. So,
man, we just pick a tough time to run this sport.
Yes.
They used to do that Valpo Super Bowl, man. I know Jason was in here earlier. We need to run that Valpo Super Bowl back. I think it was like the weekend after Thanksgiving. There always would be some really good matches, and there was like 10 teams. Yeah. I think you get like 10 matches.
Yeah, there used to be a couple of those. There's only the Goshen one's the only 2-day one now for boys. The Columbia City is having a 2-day tournament this weekend. There may be a broadcast from IndianaMat for the finals. So we're working kind of on that. So Razzo is back in God's country. So he's going to probably join me because he'll know a little bit more about some of the girls and stuff. So it should be some good matches. So if you're check our YouTube. Hopefully I can get on the YouTuber channel for Saturday afternoonish. But yeah, but there's no 2-day tournament. There used to be the War on the Wabash. There used to be like 2 or 3 tournaments that are 2 days.
Wasn't Jeffersonville 2 days? Is that still 2 days? It was like early, right?
Jeffersonville is back to 2 days, but they're not for another week or two. I think they're 2 weeks away. I think they'd be like the 14th that weekend. But they're doing a 2-day tournament, and I think they have 20 to 30 teams there.
I want to see the Valpo Super Bowl come back.
Yes.
We didn't wrestle in it, thank goodness. Yeah. But it was a good tournament.
Yeah. Instead, you went to North Montgomery.
That was over Christmas break though. That was brutal. It was hard when we were there. It was really hard.
Yeah. When I was at Northrop, we went there the 1 year, and I'm like, oh boy, this is ugly. We weren't very good.
And man, it was like one of those things like Al Smith is legit, man. Al Smith is great. It's the best in-season individual tournament. But man, like if you're bad or you're not doing good, you have a bad day, you can lose 2 matches and be out of there.
Yeah.
Like if you have a bad day at North Montgomery, like you're taking like 9, like time, like was it 10? Was it 10 or is it 9?
9.
I think it was 9. You could take 9 like really really tough beatings,
Yeah.
and there's not like a hey like you had a bad day like go ahead and go eat and feel bad. It was like you got another one, and then you got another one, and it was like Newcastle when they were really good, Warren Central, Carmel,
Portage was there, I think.
Portage,
Bloomington South was.
Bloomington South, Lawrence North.
Yeah.
So it was pretty difficult.
Yeah. And then you have North Montgomery, who was not very good, and that was your only match you got off.
Yeah.
9.
And I mean, I think North Montgomery was like, and that's when JD was there. So I think, I don't know if that was JD's brainchild, but it was really good. I think we also had like back then when Danville wasn't good. I think Danville was there one year, and maybe like Clinton Prairie or something. So you had, I mean, it was difficult, man. It was a hard tournament.
Yeah. How do you get those teams that come? Hey guys, we got a tournament down the road. You want to come see? Oh yeah, that sounds like that's great. You get 9 matches. So
I'm gonna say this in the least disrespectful way I can say this. Like it's how I felt last year when it was like, hey, we have the Carnahan. We're bringing in like Bo Bassett and Jack Forrest, Bishop Knowles jumping in, and I'm like, hey man, that's cool. I'm excited that you guys are excited. But this isn't like even a tough Indiana tournament. This is like a tough national tournament.
Yes.
You're gonna get like some guys that are like doing a weekly countdown of his like commitment.
Yeah, he's axing D1 schools every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, but like, what is it like? Pittsburgh Johns, bro, are all staying in there strong though, right?
Yeah,
What is it
Pitt
like?
Johnstown is hanging in tough.
Yeah.
Give it some D2 pride. I mean,
If he ends up there, how wild would that be?
that would be very wild. That's a, and yeah, that's because that's where, I mean, they're living like right down the road or in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. That's why and I'm sure, I guess I assume he maybe has trained there, but I mean, it's a D2 school, so I'm sure, but yeah, so that's like hometown. Like he would live in his house. So I don't know what, but hey, they're hanging in tough. They beat out like half the like all but like 2 or 3 Big Ten schools. So
Purdue just dropped, right? Like they beat Purdue. Didn't he just drop Purdue recently?
Purdue was I think gone a few weeks ago, but I think last week it was it Missouri?
Oh, today would have been right.
I want to say it was like Missouri. I think someone who got beat in a duel and then they got beat or they got dropped. So he's ruthless with that stuff.
Yeah.
So, what else do we have to talk about? Our sides.
My turn.
What's your sides?
My sides? Your sides?
Mac and cheese.
Oh, you're going number 1 mac and cheese? Man.
Good.
Stuffing. What? Don't put me as that. I am not.
Mac and cheese. Stuffing. Oops. What next?
Sweet potatoes with marshmallows.
With marshmallows.
Wait, I changed my first one.
Uh-oh.
To rolls.
Oh, you want the rolls. Oh, my. So everyone got shifted down. Man, glad we didn't post these rankings yet.
I'm going to get some calls.
What?
Yeah, we're going to get some calls. Gotta get
We're going to get a
emails.
call from Brussels Sprouts' mom.
Yeah, yes. And peas.
Yeah.
So what's your number 5?
I don't know.
Here's the list right there. You got green bean casserole, cornbread, potatoes, cranberry sauce.
I don't like any of those.
Oh, so you only do 4?
Then potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
You'll do the mashed potatoes. Not bad.
I don't like them.
You don't like mashed potatoes?
And then I don't know.
It's to the top 5.
Tamales.
Oh,
That's a
tamales.
fun-
You'll do tamales? Yes. See that, but tamales aren't a Thanksgiving thing.
In Grandma's house it is.
Yes, great. Yes. So, any other comments you want to make? How was the How you were at Delphi this weekend? How was the Delphi tournament?
I mean,
You're supposed to talk about it. What happened?
well,
Anything exciting? Any ranked wrestlers wrestle?
yeah. I don't know who's ranked.
Oh well.
Isn't it like?
Dang.
Isn't it? He doesn't tell me anything. I have to learn how to score on my own.
There's a magazine right there. It has all the information. If you read that.
Well, I'm not reading all that.
Yeah. Carol won it.
Yeah.
They won the Mike Atwood Memorial Invitational. Good guy, Mike Atwood. So
Yeah, real good guy.
yeah.
And then, wait, isn't Joey Warner ranked?
He's in the semi-state. He won
And
his weight
so
class. August
Adams.
Adams got beat by
Half the guys at the last round like gave up. Okay, because it was a long day. All of them just like gave
coming
up.
at people's heads. You gotta tell them about the tag, man. You can't do that
talking
savage.
about it. They were like, "Dude, I'm gonna lose my last match because I just want to go home."
It doesn't make it quicker.
Yeah.
Let's see. Adams actually had a real good match.
No, he was doing really good.
He lost to Zachary White of Faith Christian.
Faith Christian doing a good job, man.
Yeah.
Who else is ranked? Is those the only two?
White is in the rankings, right? Or at least he's semi-state, I know.
Yeah, he's in the semi-state rankings.
Let's see. I know there were a couple. There weren't very many ranked matchups. I think Brody Streeter from Northridge won it over Lothamer from Carroll, who's solid. The one, it was a pool, and then it was bracketed. And I know in Lothamer's weight class, 3 guys went 1-1, and the guy that beat him ended up going to the lower bracket because only the top 2 went to the higher bracket. So that kid ends up getting like 9th, basically. The kid that beat him. So
Lothamer did good. His matches were just really long.
yeah, heavyweights don't. They're either really quick or really short. Hankey from Northridge was there, major in the finals. So not too many ranked guys there, but overall, the Chargers won. So that's what matters, right?
Sure.
Sure.
I don't know what to say whenever you ask those questions.
I was pulling up the oracles of Delphi.
Yes, the Oracles. You know that was their nickname, the Oracles?
Isn't that their mascot?
Yeah.
Wow. I would have
So, yeah.
never guessed.
So, this week, she's learning. She wants to take over soon. So, so next week, do you think we'll probably maybe do Monday, or do you want to?
Yeah, I think Monday was good.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, with the weight changes and stuff, I wanted to get the rankings out. And then I felt like today's like a nice calm down day before everyone, has Thanksgiving tomorrow. It's probably a better opportunity for us to get on there.
Okay, so we'll talk about next week, but there's a lot of, if you go to the homepage and there's this week, it has this week, last week, and next week, and there's some pretty good matches going on. Lots of ranked teams going at it. So yeah, I mean, next week's basically like you always call it the kickoff. When you have the Harvest Classic, that kind of signals it's time to start. The season starts. So it should be interesting to see what how things go this week, or next week. Yeah. So anything else we want to talk about? It is getting late, and we got our rankings. I will post a graphic of our rankings so that will that get more comments or less than the power poll?
Man, I don't think we went controversial enough. If we would have threw something wild up there, if we would have said like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Cranberry sauce, #1. But there's people that love that. There's people that do enjoy cranberry sauce.
The stuff that comes out of the can, it's the same shape.
Yeah. Man, did you guys used to eat like Jell-O with like fruit in it for like as a dessert when you were a kid?
Yes.
I feel like that's faded now. Like, I don't know why. Maybe I'll bring that back.
Maybe because we hated it so much, we don't make it anymore.
I mean, I liked it. I mean, I don't know. I like Jello with some fruit in it, but maybe I'll bring that back.
Bring it back tomorrow.
I'm gonna go to the. I mean, I don't think it takes a lot of prep. I think it's just like, you put some Jello in a casserole dish with some fruit in the bottom, and put Cool Whip on top. I think it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Yes. You put the little crushed up pretzels on it.
On my Jello.
Yeah. On top of that.
Nah, never. I never did that.
Never, man.
I don't really like. I haven't lived.
Yeah.
Man, nope. I don't really like pretzels though.
What? Man.
What?
Is pretzels a staple in your guys' house or what?
I didn't know it was a staple in our house, but I guess it is.
Oh, in our house?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
We can rank snacks next time.
Yeah. So what's it? Is there?
This is the point we never really ranked our gas. We talked about gas station food. We never really ranked our gas station tops. But
Gas station food. Ooh.
I think on Black Friday I'm gonna go get some Long John Silver's. I'm gonna get a chicken and fish platter.
I might have to go to. I might just go to Waynedale. I'll culture the kids.
We'll both get food poisoning.
Yes.
I'm just a traditionalist. I only order the deep fried stuff. I don't go off the menu and get the salmon or whatever they want to say is like their weekly special. I don't do that.
Have you ever been to a Penguin Point?
Penguin Point? Is that like burgers?
Yeah.
I think I have.
Okay. I think they all closed down finally, but that was that's another one of those that has to be some kind of money laundering scheme. Like they stay open for 50 years, but no one's ever in the parking lot.
Man, I'm trying to think. What do I think's like that? What are those like Tuesday, like what's those like stores or like something Tuesday mornings or something? Like, dude, I think those are money laundering. I don't know anyone's ever bought anything from like a Tuesday like morning or something.
Yeah. It's, you wonder how some of these places stay in business, but.
And then you see stores like Venture, closing down.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to we'll do maybe next week we can do gas station food. Man,
did your guys' Pizza Huts close down over the summer?
No, Pizza Hut in Fort Wayne is good.
Come on, bro. It's Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut in Fort Wayne.
Because you guys are so far from Chicago, you don't even know what good pizza is anymore. Does your wife think it's good?
Yeah.
I don't believe
it. In this area, it is good. It is different in Fort Wayne area than it is any other area in the country. Like I'll send you the picture of the former guy that owned the Pizza Hut, like his house. That's how good it was. Like they had a bunch of places. They've remodeled a bunch. There's one down the road that's always busy.
Are you saying like it's good for like fast pizza? Or are you saying it's good for pizza? Like, would you like, if it wasn't like, hey, I can just pick it up in like 20 minutes, would you still get it? Like if you had a choice to get like a good pizza.
What would you consider a good pizza?
Dude, we're gonna get crazy now. like a thin crust, I like a greasy like sweet pizza. So like when we lived in Calumet Township, the only place that would deliver to us was this place called Squeegee's in Griffith. And anytime I'm in Griffith, I get Squeegee's. And on like Wednesdays, I think it's like $11.99 for an extra large and a 2-liter of Pepsi. But man, it's like extra greasy. They do have. Does your one have red cups and Pac-Man? So my Pizza Hut right here in town closed down. It just like one day they just stopped serving pizza there. I guess a bunch of them did. But
now is it a vape shop?
TVs, man. There's our guy Bence. Survey says.
Yes. Hopefully he doesn't rewind this and when we were talking about him about 15 minutes ago.
The paddle.
Yeah. Yeah. They might still have the Pac-Man in the red cups there. We haven't been in there for a while.
Do they still do Book It?
Yes, I think Rocco has
How
one
about-
from last year. We haven't used it. We haven't gone to Pizza Hut for a while, but it still is good pizza around here. We kind of go in little. We go in spurts of like kind of where we eat our pizza from. What? Coterie.
Whatever.
It's the fancy place. There's a coterie place it's called Coterie Pizza. It's a wood fire pizza in Garrett. That's pretty good. So that's kind of our place right now. So,
Man, how about back in the day when would you have to read like 10 books to get a free pizza?
yeah, something like that.
Did you ever really read the books, or did you just turn them in?
I read them. Jeez, dude, you better. Did you? Okay.
Same.
Did
Get like
you
a
cheat
star.
at Heads Up 7 Up?
Of course. Why wouldn't you cheat it? It's the easiest game to cheat at. Why wouldn't you cheat at?
If you didn't, you're wild. How are you a child?
Man, oh, jeez, you cheated?
Yes.
Dude, everyone.
You're grounded.
Peek at the elbow crease,
If
man.
you did it, that's
You gotta
crazy.
peek at the shoes, man. Come on, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah. What?
Man, what's wrong with you people? Why do I associate with these type of people?
How were you a kid if you didn't do those?
Because I had dignity.
Did you ever win Heads Up 7 Up?
No,
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's the reason.
that is.
How terrible of a game is that? Like, what
I've
teacher
never
thought
had a
that?
thought of cheating.
But you're
Crazy.
You guys,
Well, I didn't say I didn't think about it. I just had dignity. That's Annabelle. That's not Rocco. Yeah, Jason eats. B. Antonio's is good. They have good pizza. Yeah. They have good pizza.
They're too saucy.
Yeah, I don't know. We need to do. We'll do pizza rankings. We can talk pizza.
I think that's gonna be tough, man. That's gonna be a regional thing.
Yeah. I mean,
That one's gonna be hard.
yeah. Pizza Hut around this area is good. It is a lot more. It's a lot better than it is elsewhere.
You guys still have salad bar in there?
I think so. We haven't been there forever, and so we haven't.
The Toucan place shut down.
The Toucan.
Remember that one like buffet place?
Oh, the buffet. Yeah, that place.
I loved
Shit.
that place.
Yeah, good restaurants in Fort Wayne closed down. Like the what is it? It's not Toucan. It's the
It has a toucan on this logo,
Yeah, it's
but
the,
I don't know what it is.
the Brazilian steakhouse. It's like the cheaper one they had in Fort Wayne, and it closed down. Polly Eyes. They have a Polly Eyes in Finley? Ooh. Stuffed bread. That's a good place. There's one in Bowling Green that is really good. Polly Eyes. They have like stuffed breadsticks.
Are they better than Kilroy's?
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know, man.
Yeah. They are
I've
really
never
good.
had it, so.
It's a hole in the wall type. I mean, it's you could pluck it out of where it is in Bowling Green and put it in the region and fit right in.
What does that mean?
It looks like a good stiff wind would knock it over.
We're American made up here, buddy. You better stop that. Man, I don't know. Does it have a better Long Island iced tea selection than Kilroy's?
Probably not.
Man,
I think they're probably straight beer.
two Long Island iced tea limit over there.
Yes. Oh yeah, Polly Eyes is good. Yeah. Yeah. I would say probably the East Chicago area probably does have better pizza overall.
Man, they ain't lying. They ain't wrong. You get to House of Pizza. You have to go right past there.
Yeah. We have too many. We have too many chains in Fort Wayne of like pizza and stuff, and it just we don't have very many like the pizza place you were just saying, like some random pizza place that has one store and it's been ran by the same people for 300 years.
They have that. I mean, that's good. They probably got a good recipe if it's been there for a long time.
Yeah. No, that's the thing about. That's why I like going over the region because they have like the random places that have only been in the region, and
Bro, I thought Dustin just said Totino's. I said, like a party pizza? But man, I mean, we smash party pizzas, but I don't know if I'm gonna put it on my list. Man, 100%. And I'm not even. I won't even. This isn't even a debate. The East Chicago semi-state has the best Mexican food over there, and I don't think there's a semi-state that's even in the top 5.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. What is Newcastle known for? I'm still trying to get a nickname for Newcastle semi-state. Anyone have a good nickname? The Castle?
Man, I mean, Craig Akers represented it, man. Let us know. What are we going to call a Newcastle semi-state?
I got some new graphics. I'll probably have to have someone edit them because my graphics are never good enough. So, she's the new graphic editor. So, if she ever grade starts slipping...
Where's my money?
Where's your money?
Yeah, hey, I did that tournament thing. You better start paying up extra.
Oh, man. Somebody wants an iPhone, I think.
You also forgot to give me my iPod, like, the 1 year. The first time we did it at the Coliseum, you forgot to give me my present for helping out at the tournament.
Okay, well,
so
I'll get it this week.
What's this week?
I don't know.
Just give me money.
Just give me money.
$60 is okay.
Okay, jeez. Yeah.
That sounds like OC trying to get this gas money.
Yeah. Well, see, this is what she's gonna do. Now she's gonna go to all these tournaments.
Oh.
And she's gonna rate these referees. It's like, hey, you want to ref the IPO? Give me some money, but I know somebody. So yeah.
I'll make bank.
Yeah, make bank. She's gonna come back with like $100 bills. Like, yeah. Well, yeah, this Mike Razor, he's a really good ref. This Dustin Benz, man, you should hire him. So.
No, I had beef with one of the refs. Or all of them, actually.
All of them, actually.
Because they took like a minute to call a pin. Like, the dude is clearly on his back. He's literally giving up. Called the pin. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Well, I like Lango's pizza too.
You like what kind?
Lango's. I was trying to see what the best pizzas in the region were.
Yeah. We have a Lexi's Pizzas that's a deep dish pizza that's around here. It's kind of far out of our way, but that's pretty good.
The Times ranked Lango's #1, but then it went Aurelio's, and Aurelio's is good, but I don't really think it's better than a lot. And then White Rhino, I've never had their pizza.
I've had Aurelio's. Aurelio's isn't. I'm not gonna go out of my way to have it, but if it's there, I'm not gonna shed a tear either. You know, it's
the Rose City.
The Rose City. Okay. I saw that on the Google, and it said they were like the mass producers of like roses for the country until like a tornado in like 1913 came through, and then they don't do many roses anymore. Newcastle has a weenie world. What? I don't even want to know what that is. Ole's. Yeah, Ole's is a good deep dish. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised Leach knows what like good restaurants are. I thought he just killed all his meals.
I like Pizza King too. On the Rush, I like that.
Yeah, Pizza King.
Ooh, right. Chavez coming hot. You know that's not true.
Ooh, do I need to ban him or what, man?
I mean, he could have his opinions, but it's tough to be wrong on Thanksgiving.
Kick him out.
Yes.
What's up, Danny? Yeah. I mean, you guys can't come out like you guys are talking about like pizza places. You're talking like Pizza Huts and Papa John's, dude. We're just not talking the same language.
No, not at all. Yeah, some people just haven't been to the region. Don't enjoy the finities.
It's the real region tour, man. If you gotta go out the beaten path.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta go to Long John Silver's because those aren't like chains anymore. There's only 4 of them. There's probably more Blockbusters than Long John Silver's.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna put it on Twitter. I'm going on Friday. I'm gonna put it in my phone right now.
You want to go to Long John Silver's on Friday?
What?
Hush Puppies?
I'm gonna get Hush Puppies, extra crumbs, It's gonna be fire.
What are those?
Well, we're gonna culture you this weekend.
I don't know if I want that to happen.
We're gonna go to Waynedale. We're gonna learn a little bit about. I think they still have a Big Boy, Azar's Big Boy.
Do they?
Isn't that like a donut shop?
No, it's a restaurant. It's a family sit-down restaurant. There's the big.
Oh, I think
Baby.
that donut shop.
Yeah, dude. Bagels is good.
Yeah.
House of Pizza's good. Tomato bar is good. There's one Crown Point. Dude, tomato bar underrated wings too.
Mm, good.
I mean,
wings.
depends
Now,
on-
that's another one we can rank.
Yeah, man. If you're gonna go to the region, I'd probably go Mexican food first.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
there's a lot of good ethnic food in the region. So.
Dang, man, you say it like that, it sounds tough.
So.
Dude, it is. Man, I Elkhart and South Bend does have some good Mexican food too.
Yes, they
I'm
do.
not gonna lie. I went to this place. I got sushi at this place called the Chubby Trout in Elkhart. It was pretty good too.
Mm.
I was skeptical.
You're-
Like you hear Chubby Trout, and you're like, all right. Me and Noemi went, and then it's like sushi in Elkhart, but it was really good.
Sushi in Elkhart. That's we took Dustin and Mrs. Triple B to a nice sushi restaurant, sushi Japanese restaurant. They enjoyed themselves. So we showed them a finer restaurant in the Wayne. So anyway, so we're gonna be back Monday. We're gonna talk more food. What are we gonna? We gotta have like a ranking of food every week.
Tubby Trout? No, just Chubby.
Chubby. Yeah. We're gonna have to do a ranking of some sort of some food. So we will have to figure that out soon. But
Dude, it was fire, bro.
yes. Yeah. And I have homework on trying to find the biggest jump from a state qualifier. So, but yeah. Anything else we want to talk about?
Nope. I think
Okay.
we're good. I think we hit it all.
Yep, we got quite a bit in. So we will be back on Monday. So we'll have lots more to talk about, lots more food, and I think that's about it. So everyone have a great Thanksgiving. If you're a wrestler, don't eat too much, unless if you don't have to wrestle. So we look forward to a good weekend and have a lot to talk about. So tune into our YouTube channel Saturday afternoon, and we will have the finals of the Columbia City tournament. I don't know if they have a official name for it yet, but 2-day tournament. There's quite a few very good girls, and also look for your magazine in the mail because we are going to be shipping those out. Someone's going to be doing some work in the next couple days. So
I am, huh?
we all are.
Oh.
We only have like
I
100
never
or
had to do this last year.
Yeah. Why didn't you?
I said I never had to.
Oh, yeah. Well, this year we're going to get them out
Oh.
sooner. Yes. So check for your mail. But with that, we're going to get out of here. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys Monday.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh,